I always tell people that you can call me anything that you want. You can call me Arnold, you can call me Schwarzenegger, you can call me the Austrian Oak, you can call me Schwarzi, you can call me Arnie, but don't ever, ever call me a self-made man. But this is so important for you to understand. I didn't make it that far on my own. I mean, to accept that credit or that mantle would discount every single person that has helped me to get here today, that gave me advice, that made an effort, that gave me the time, that lifted me up when I fell. And it gives the wrong impression that we can do it alone. None of us can. The whole concept of the self-made man or woman is a myth. Now I know you're going to say, look, we have read so many stories about you, and we saw documentaries where they talk about that you are the model of the American dream, and that you are the perfect example of the self-made man. Well, let me tell you, I have seen and heard and read those stories myself. I enjoy reading them, but the fact of the matter is, it is not the whole story. I didn't just materialize out of nowhere like the Terminator through a fireball on the streets of Los Angeles, and then all of a sudden I was there. No, I would have never made it in my life without the help. I happen to be someone, for instance, that believes in God, that we were created by God. But let's assume for a second that you're not into that, then you must also believe in at least believe in a biological aspect, that our parents created us. I know I wouldn't be here without my parents, creating me, nurturing me, feeding me, changing my diapers, loving me, hugging me, and all that. And then later on, when I went to school, there were the teachers, and then there were the mentors, the coaches, and then my mother was there in the afternoon helping me with my homework and with tutoring. Then in the evening, my father was there helping me in sports, coaching us in soccer, and in the winter, skiing, sledding, ice skating, ice curling, and all those kind of things. My father taught me about discipline and my love and appreciation for sports. And he gave me my first great advice by saying, whatever you do, Arnold, be useful. So you also read so many times that I decided from one day to the next to become a bodybuilding champion, and I started training 5 hours a day, and then I became the youngest Mr. Universe ever. Well, it is true, but the fact of the matter is it's not the whole story, because if I wouldn't have met a lifeguard at the lake where I grew up, and some bodybuilders that introduced me to weight training, and they taught me the first chin-up on the branch of a tree by that lake, and that eventually introduced me also to a weightlifting club locally, where the coaches taught me about powerlifting and weightlifting and bodybuilding. They helped me, and they nurtured me, they pushed me, and then eventually I saw a magazine with Reg Park on the cover. It said, Mr. Universe becomes Hercules. There was Reg Park in a Hercules pose on the cover. I bought that magazine and I read the story from the front to the end cover. And let me tell you something, I read exactly how he trained 5 hours a day, how he became a champion, Mr. Universe, 3 times, and how he went to America. And then he was discovered in the movies, Hercules movies. Well, when I read that, I found my vision. Let me tell you, the most important thing in life is to have vision, to know exactly where you're going. I found my vision. That magazine, Reg Park, gave me my blueprint for my life. And 5 years later, after training 5 hours a day, just like him, and doing his exercises, I became, through his help and his inspiration, the youngest Mr. Universe ever. And this is what made then Joe Weider, the father of bodybuilding, the owner of a giant food supplement empire, the editor of Muscle and Fitness, invite me to America. So it was Joe Weider that brought me to America, to the greatest country in the world, to give me the opportunity to train in Gold's Gym and to go and get me a little apartment. I came over here with absolutely nothing. It was his help. I had $20 in the pocket and some sweaty clothes in the gym bag. But let me tell you, I had this one little apartment, and on Thanksgiving, the bodybuilders from Gold's Gym came to my apartment, and they brought me pillows, dishes, silverware, all of the things they didn't have. And even a black and white TV and the transistor radio, which I still have today on my end table next to my bed. The generosity that I saw. The amount of help that I got when I came to America was absolutely extraordinary. So firsthand, how generous the American people are. And then in Gold's Gym, there it was a magical place with all the champions, Mr. Americas, Mr. World, Mr. Universe. Everyone was training their powerlifters, Olympic champions and so on. And they helped me change from an amateur champion to a professional champion. And after that, I won champion after championship. I was 7 times Mr. Olympia, you heard it all. I became the greatest bodybuilder of all times according to the Bodybuilding magazine in 1975. Now this is just with all of the help. I would not have made any of that by myself. So this is why I don't believe in a self-made man. So as soon as you understand that you are here because of a lot of help, then you also understand that now is time to help others. That's what this is all about. You got to help others. Don't just think about yourself, help others.